Hello, the game has started and it's my opponent to go first. I have I was going to say I have an unbalanced rack, and I was just wondering if there's a bingo through one of the floaters. Brand S, no. Sir Bands, no. Rye Bands is good, but what about brand? Okay, that's 60 points there, but I have created a Z hotspot. And I'm wondering about feedless. No, I didn't think so. What about this I? The I might be useful. What about I don't think disfeels is good. What about fadeless, deafless? No. I have the self component of a word. Side self, self side. No. Flest. Flest. I don't think flest is good. Even if it was, wouldn't play anywhere on the board as it stands. Okay, I'll go with feeds. Do I want to keep both S's? Yeah, I think I'll keep both the S's. Right. I just wonder if I missed a bingo there. Feels like I did. Now, what do I have here? Saluters through a T. What about this I? Saluter still works in this spot. I draw a few A's and a W, J for score. Okay, Poundle. Nice bingo by opponent. What have I got? I've got jaw. I've got jaw to the right. Jalap. Lapja. I have lapja. Lapja, which takes an S, I think. It's a good score. Not crazy about the rack leave. Can't get dual direction with my J from K4 down. Maybe just jaw. 39. Yeah, I don't mind that. Now opponent might play to the right of the J. I have a vowel heavy rack to deal with here. Looking at extensions for brand. Opponent likely to play in the spot. Hoa for 27. Not a terrible rack leave, I guess, considering the starting point. Look at all these vowels. Opponent taking a bit of time with this move. Okay, opponent has played Coke. I do have HE here for 46, not a bad score. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Urali, not a 7, but a 6. One way to get rid of, and Urial, another way to get rid of all the vowels. Haven't identified a spot to play either of those words. Quite a few hooks for O. Pity the O isn't a U, one of the O's. I would have had Raulia as a 7 with Oa. I'm looking at ways of getting down from O4 to this triple word with my R. Not seeing a way to do that. Opponent does find a way to do it and scores well. Takes a healthy lead of 41 points, and I've got just this dross to deal with. Not much I can do here. Whatever I do seems to give back good scoring spots for opponent. Rosier. Not good. I'll go with Lou here. Okay, I've got 1 and waft if opponent doesn't take that spot. Tear. No, doesn't work. Flower. Okay, opponent scores a massive 43 there. I'm still quite a bit behind. Oh, actually only 32, so... But opponent has the board kind of locked down. Pretty much. This top left quadrant. Not of great use. I suppose there are bingos ending in IZE. Opponent scores a massive 41. Almost have a reti if one of the A's was an I. A quite doesn't take an R. Arietta is a bingo. I don't know about a brand. Arietta. I'm misspelling that. Arietta. ARIETTA, I think. Anyway, let's create an opening. Tatia. That does currently play. Ras is good. Opponent might recognize that I've created an opening and will be quick to pounce on it and shut it down. Retrait is good onto an E. Retrait through an R. Pity that R is not in the right spot. Retrait, yeah. What about Tratia? No, that's not a thing. Tartia, but not Tratia. Ratite. Okay, Tatia does play. I'm still behind by about 13. Opponent on turn. Acquitted. Hun, but no way of getting two-directional play there. Heed, not terrible, but not fantastic. Phode, P-H-O-E-D, is that good? Now, eras is good, so what about... Yeah, not sure about that. Heap. Ouch, that's where I was going to go with my D, if it takes a D. Now I've got HI and HE there for 28, doesn't give much back to opponent. There is a blank to come, and there are, well, they're not very bingo-y tiles, so I'm just going to play that. Still a bit behind, and opponent is on turn. Probably has that blank. Dieb. Can't see a bingo here. Baug, no good. Penbrand, no. Biobrand. Now the E front hook for Ras is still an option. Just wondering if these tiles combine with a T or an A to form an 8-letter word. Doubtful with the B and the P, they lack synergy. Open bid. Looking at ways of getting... Oh, wafty is good, but the Y's are gone. What about rave, berry, something like berry? I don't think berry. Perry is good, I think, or is it? 28. Perry. I don't think it is good, actually. Interesting. Opponent very close to a bingo. Biped. Interesting play. Opponent's almost certainly got the blank. Wondering if I can play a B or something hard to bingo. Boder. Boder for 19. Bider. A bider, so opponent might bingo there. I didn't think of the A hook. Opponent's almost certainly going to win this game even without a bingo because he's got flexibility. Yeah. Misbrand, yeah. VoIPs. And opponent plays manga. And that's the end of the game. Let's have a look at what we missed. Interesting end game there. So, opponent opened with Seriate in a very volatile spot, which gave me our brand for 60, keeping 2 S's, 68 equity. Sandbars was a bingo, but it left the hotspot alone, and yeah, interesting. It might have given opponent an easy score next turn. So I still like brand from that strategic point of view. As it happens, opponent did not have a way of utilizing that. Interesting. He went with Vexed and then Fadeless. I did actually think of the word, and I think I mentioned it, but it didn't sound plausible, so I didn't even try to put it on the board. Fadeless. Anyway, I should have tried it. Went with Feed. Then opponent's got a pretty strong rack here. Look at that. Acquit for 79. 8J. ACQUIT. Just a 6-letter word, but massive score. getting the Q doubled and the whole word tripled. He went with acquit in a different spot. And then I had Salutis for 68, but Sorels at N8. Because of the acquit E hook. So Sorels, massive 86-point play. So that was 18 points fewer than what I actually got for my bingo. Massive difference, and you can see the equities, how much higher it is. Opponent's got great rack here again. Pouldron and Poundle for 71. And then I've got the 3 A's, J and W. I did manage 39 points. Coke for 53, massive comeback score. And the best I could manage here was he for 46. That looks fine. Grizzly for 33 or Royley for 35. Yeah. And then I've got these 1 point tiles, the duplicates. Lou for 20 was best. Opponent's got Zig for a monster 43. And that puts him well in the lead. Bingo ahead now. Waft for 32. Highest score, but slightly better Rackley for Frati at J6. Frati, that's quite nice. Anyway, I went with Waft, and then opponent's got Yag for 41. Huge score. And close to a bingo, but the duplicates, yeah, just make it a little bit hard to... And there weren't many floaters to work with as well. So I just created an opening. And now opponent's finally struggling with some duplicates of his own, triplicates. And he gets in and chi. Then I've got Tatia for 66, and that bridges the gap. Opponent now doesn't have the blank. Interesting. But he does have a 35-point play, but he had a 41-point play. Seam, S-E-M-E. And he went for Snee. Probably for the rack balancing, the two ends. Now, look at this. Ephedras extending from 8A across onto Ras. Ephedras, very nice. 45-point play would have put me right back in the game. However, let's see what opponent... And I did score the next highest equity, which was good. Ephedras. He would have bingoed for sure. All those juicy floaters with an extremely bingo-y rack. Now, Ignorami for 70. 11A. Ignorami. Wow. That is a great word. I didn't know that one. I wonder if that comes from the word ignorant. Probably does. So it's poignant that I didn't know it. So 70 points there. Opponent goes with... that's when he opened up with Ob. Now, bipod at E8 is being suggested. Bras and bipod, but that gives easy bingo lane for opponent, and I had to try block the column C, because almost anything will latch on to this O. So I don't think bipod can be the most winningest play. Definitely not. given how bingo-y the remaining pool was, and I had to assume, based on this play, that opponent was looking to bingo. So I went with a blocking play of bider and no bingo. But yeah, opponent would have had plays like jamming. There's quite a few, ramming. And that would have played in column C, but bider blocked it. Now, magism was a 39-point play at C9. Making a bider, magism. But what about Miss Brand? Where did that feature? Miss Brand at 36 points, but equity was 12. I wonder why so low. 39 was obviously the best. So opponent goes with Miss Brand, which puts the game beyond reach. And as you can see, VoIPs was the highest score there. So not a great final rack to deal with. And pretty close at the end there, but opponent with that play of Miss Brand for 36 that just sealed it. And then opponent went out with manga. Also among and noma. So that was the end of the game. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.